Lots of enthusiasm around that presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And we've got plenty more coming up. Stay tuned.
That is just nasty.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, take it away.
Good evening, Kevin. The Brooklyn Nets have focused on the work, and they let the results follow. Kyrie Irving says it's a privilege to go out there and perform after you prepare with your brothers. So we just want to stay collectively aligned on the same goal. Hold each other accountable, be consistent, and have fun doing it. Kevin, I am having fun doing this broadcast.
I am so glad we are teammates, DA, and they are a fun team to watch. David, thank you. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for R.J. Barrett.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Sharing the wing spots, Fournier and Barrett. Randall and Robinson make up the inside pair. And it's Rose in at the 1. And looking at the Nets, Ben Simmons is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Durant, and it's Curry in at the small forward.
Here we go.
And Greg, with over a decade you had in the NBA, is there an opening night that you remember most?
Man, that very first time putting on that Knicks jersey. The game was in Orlando. I played 28 minutes, which was a lot for a rookie back then, and I'll never forget that night.
Now here's Durant. Over Randall. A nice shot by KD. Durant's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Nets.
Boy, if you allow Durant that look, he's going to punish you. I mean, it's that simple.
Randall, a screen on Simmons. Outside for Randall. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
And Drummond throws it down.
Really rare to see a guy that's 6'11" have the kind of elite passing skills that Ben Simmons has. Really, really impressive.
And one of the more versatile players in this league. Simmons gives you assists, rebounds, steals, and he continues to develop as a scorer.
2 points, that one goes.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Simmons on the wing. Drummond sets the screen for Simmons. Durant for 3, drills the three-pointer. Durant's got 5. And of course, Greg, Simmons gets the majority of his points from the foul line down.
And a one-man wrecking crew in transition. Excellent at driving the ball in the half court. And once he gets downhill, he is tough to stop.
Now, here's Barrett. His last outing, he had 24 points. 5 on the clock. Rose finds Robinson. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Boy, he's experienced at running screen and rolls, isn't he, guys? I mean, Rose is a pro at picking the defensive part in pick-and-roll situations.
Here's Simmons. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And that one's good. Drummond.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Rose passes to Randall. Fournier against Irving. Back to Randall. Outside Fournier. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Fournier's got his second basket of the game.
And the quick release of Fournier. Man, he's so good at getting his shot off as soon as the pass reaches his hand.
Irving drives in. Count the basket. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Randall with the ball. Lays it up and banks it in. 5 points in the game.
There's your bully ball right there. I mean, a lot of folks think that's all Randall is a bully baller. Those big shoulders, that muscular body, he does a nice job putting them to use.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Knicks out front, leading by a point. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And we've seen the improvement for the Knicks under coach Tom Thibodeau. His star, Julius Randle, defines Tibbs's approach.
He genuinely cares about you as a human being, as a person. He wants to see you really excel as a player, and he knows that the only way to do that is through the grind, through hard work, through putting the hours and the effort in day after day. So that's his thing. He's going to push you in practice, push you in workouts, and he's your biggest fan when you're out there on the court.
He is indeed in that effort and grittiness, something we've seen from Thibodeau's teams over the years.
And Knicks fans recognize that brand of basketball. You think back to the years with Ewing and Oakley in the middle, it fits in the Big Apple.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
They've got Griffin. Kyrie Irving is out there with Simmons. Then there's Harris. And it's Aldridge in at the center position. So that's the Nets 5. Now, here's Walker. Randle a screen on Simmons. There's Walker with the 3. It's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. To the paint. Here's Griffin. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Now here's Noel. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And Greg, you made your money on the defensive end. What was the toughest kind of player to defend? A one-on-one guy or a constant movement type of player?
I've always will say that it's harder to guard movement. You know, as a defender, you drill a lot about guarding the basketball. But when a guy is great without it, man, that is the hardest job you can have defensively.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Simmons against Walker. Here's Randle, and it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin. Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Aldridge. Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. And Curry subbed in for Kyrie Irving. The Knicks also changing it up. Robinson's checked in for Randle. Barrett comes in for Reddish. And Fournier subbed in for Alec Burks. On defense, Brooklyn trailing by 2. And Noel kicks to Barrett. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, there's nothing like being unselfish as a player, and Noel was outstanding in that regard. Reading the entire floor and finding his guys for high percentage shots.
Now here's Simmons. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Boy, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Walker against Simmons. Robinson a screen on Simmons. It's stolen. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Simmons slams it in.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to Toronto. And here's Walker. Lets the 3 fly.
The hustle from Simmons on defense is contagious, infectious. He brings all-out energy on every possession.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Knicks lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Coach. This team is still developing. What do they need to do to really reach their max?
Just keep working every day. Give maximum effort, great concentration, and play to win. Make winning plays.
Sounds simple, but I know it's not, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. Right now, the New York Knicks are providing quite an entertaining and close game.
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
And let's take a moment now to look at the upcoming schedule. What's on the docket? That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Evan Fournier.
But really, the numbers aren't gaudy. They don't stick out, but his energy and impact does.
Yep, and you know what? He does the dirty work for him. That grit and grind type of work. Always hustling all the time.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. On the court for the Knicks, Randall and Robinson make up the inside pair. Sharing the wing spots, Fournier and Barrett. And it's Rose in at the 1 spot. And he converts the layup. Rose has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for New York. Now Simmons, and there's the pass to KD. Drummond with a screen on Randall. It's Durant with the drive. Some solid defense from Robinson.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Randall with a screen for Rose. Going inside. That one good for 2. And the Knicks lead by 5.
You know, you can't let Rose get this close because when you do, he's going to cook you.
And, Kevin, one thing you have to respect about Derrick Rose is that he's never stopped evolving. He's constantly adapting his game to best fit what his team needs.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thank you for the baton, Kevin. Kyrie Irving, of course, marches to the beat of his own drum. At times, that might rub people the wrong way, but Kyrie says, I've learned lessons from it. That's the most beautiful and exciting part, just the growth. What I'm saying is, it's always been bigger than the game for me. And guys, you have to respect his willingness to go it alone.
You do indeed, D.A. Thank you for that portrait. Now here's Rose. After the miss from KD. Now here's Rose. Robinson a screen on Curry. Here's Rose, and it's sent back by Drummond.
A really good shot blocker. I like how Drummond times it up when he goes after those rejections. Well done.
From 7, uses the glass that time, and it's good. Drummond's got 8 points. When you think about how Derrick Rose has changed, Greg, as a player, you see some of that in almost every facet of his game.
And yeah, over the years, he's tuned his shooting and play style in lots of little ways. But what hasn't changed is his talent for setting guys up. He's got a great eye for when and where to drop the dime.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Rose.
Well, I tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there, and that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Curry, and Harris subbed in for Simmons. And then for New York, Noel's checked in for Robinson. Burks comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Reddish in for R.J. Barrett.
As dead-eye and outside shooter that we have in the league, Irvin has the ability to scorch you from there.
Noel, a screen on Harris. Here's Fournier, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. A different look for New York. Julius Randle comes in for Fournier, and it's Kemba Walker in for Derrick Rose. There's 21 seconds left in the third. There's Walker with the three. Connects from three-point range. Walker's got the lead up to 5 now for the Knicks. Here is Durant. Outside Irving. 2 on the clock. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Flashing those crazy handles. I mean, major rush hour handles. So fun watching Irving handle the ball the way he does.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Knicks out front. They're up by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. It's a 3-point game. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter, setting the floor for the Nets. Front-court spots filled by Durant and Griffin. Kyrie Irving is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Aldridge in at the 5, down low.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot. And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go. No stage too big for KD. If you need a basket, he's your man.
Walker taking his time here. And he lays it straight in. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Walker demanding the ball when they need a bucket, relishing these moments.
Irving against Walker. Harris outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harris has got the game tied up here for the Nets.
Harris has been in these situations before. He's a veteran player and very calm taking the big shots.
Here's Walker. And they recovered.
And challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
Well, this guy is always in attack mode, very aggressive. Some players might kick it out there, not him. He's going right to the bucket.
Durant with it. Robinson picks him up. It's good. Durant's got 7 points for the quarter.
You know, he's a good guy to have running that particular set. I mean, Durant is not a guy who makes a lot of mistakes in the pick and roll.
We're giving T-shirts for the flawless section in the building. Come on, who wants it? Get loud!
Brooklyn making some changes. Drummond's checked in for Aldridge. Seth Curry comes in for Blake Griffin. And Simmons subbed in for Harris. Then for the Knicks, Evan Fournier's checked in for Reddish. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Walker. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. And he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
All right, David, thanks.
And just look at what Durant is doing. My goodness.
52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Randle. It's Fournier on the wing. Back to Randall. Pass to Rose. Shot clock at 5. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when you're talking about a game down the stretch.
Let's go!
There's 31 seconds left in the game. Randall against KD. Over Robinson. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
KD at the line. One shot.
Free throw drops for KD.
Those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
T-shirts, t-shirts, t-shirts. Come on, everybody. We got t-shirts for everybody. And your Brooklyn Nets.
So it's the Knicks now. They trail by 3. Fournier for 3. Good! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
Knows how to run a team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
The loudest and craziest fans right now are getting free t-shirts. Come on, who wants a t-shirt? And your Brooklyn Nets.
16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Durant. Drummond with a screen on Randall. Durant. Good!
Easy feasting for KD. I mean, he's been killing them tonight. They just don't have an answer for him.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Seth. Satisfying home win. What does the support feel like in front of these fans?
Oh, it's great. Great home court. They bring that energy every game. Even when we're struggling. So, I mean, it's much appreciated, and it felt good to get this win for them.
It was a team effort and a crowd effort as well. Congrats. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. As we leave you with our New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.